Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 29, 2022, and I am Giretta Finance welcoming you to FYI for your information. I hope you had a good night's rest and ready to go all bouncy and nice this morning, ready to be extremely careful on the roadways. And this morning, I know that you're a little surprised because you're seeing me alone here this morning, but it's just for a little moment. Don't get too worried. You're going to be seeing my co-host, Sharon Duncan, joining us in a minute or two. But in the meantime, guys, it is so lovely to be here. And obviously, I'm always so delighted to see persons like Siobhan, McDonald, and Candy, Nalini Indigit, and I see Darrell Cambridge, Warren Figueroa. Warren, you're early this morning. Good morning to you. Warren, how are you? Guys, how was your evening? What are you having for breakfast? This morning I'm having some Milo. Unlike Sharon, I'm not having Milo tea. I'm having some Milo. Okay. So I see Candy saying Sharon Doretta so good morning, and also Doretta, you were looking gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much. Sharon's gonna get a little jealous. Make sure you tell him that he's looking good when he comes on as well. June Chase, good morning to you. June Karen, welcome. Good morning, Karen. Where are you joining us from this morning? As you know, when you come online, there's one thing that you're required to do. It's share the live stream. Make sure that you start off your morning the right way. You do your part, share the live stream so everyone will be able to join in and have a bit of credible information before they start their day. That's the right way to start your day, with some good, credible news. There's no better way. I dare you to go test it anywhere else. Roger Khan is joining us this morning from Toronto. Good morning to you, Roger. That name rings a bell. I see Beatrice Selby on. Hey, Beatrice, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday, Beatrice. How are you this morning? And I know you're joining from Queens also this morning. Watching from Barbados, I see Karen. Welcome there. Hey, Karen. Vashti Magnot. Good morning to you, Vashni. I see Sharon's going to be on just now, Vashni. No worries. And I see Richie Mandy's here this morning also. Beatrice shared it's going to be on just now. Don't worry. I see Roxanne Garway also joining us early this morning. Good morning to you, Roxanne. Roxanne, where are you joining us from this morning? Folks, let us know where you're joining from. Make sure that you invite other persons to join also from wherever you are, so that we can be covering a wide variety of persons this morning. I see someone all exercising, stretching their muscles in the background right now, ready to come on to meet you this morning. You don't have to ask. This is going to be some sort of entrance. I don't know what's going on in the background, but it's going to be an entrance, so I can assure you of that. I see Sherry is joining and watching from Barbados. So good morning to all the folks that joined from Barbados. Do we have anyone from Trinidad on this morning already? Yes, we have Sharon Evans that is watching from Trinidad. So good morning to you, Sharon. Good morning to you. Is it it's Sirhan Ramsruk. Good morning to you. Marine is joining us from Washington State. So good morning to you and all the folks that is joining from there. And I see Alec Prowell is joining us online also. You know that this person with Alec Prowell is, I know this man as Ignatius Prowell. Good. So, but that's his Facebook name. So good morning to you, Ignatius Prowell. I'm putting your business out there. Cecile Ogle is joining us also. Good morning to you, Cecile. And our beautiful tongue Bartica, obviously Roxanne Garway. So Roxanne, yes, the Garways in Bartica have that's a strong family name altogether. The Garways up there. I see Mark Pereira is joining us. That comment went by too fast for me this morning. Sharon Evans is saying, good morning, my dear. So good morning to you, Sharon. Royston Wilson is joining us also from Paradise. Nice. I haven't been there in a while. I have to take a walk there. And I see, is it Savannah Page? Good morning, brothers and sisters. Bless they from Barbados. Awesome. I love to see where folks are joining us from throughout the length and breadth of Guyana, and also folks joining us from the Caribbean and the diaspora at large. You know, this is what we do every single day. We get up at the crack of dawn and we put together the information, the credible information. We do our research and we make sure that we are here to be with you very early in the morning to share the bit of credible information with you. And I see our girl FYI family. Dawn Cook is here also. Good morning, Dawn. And somebody is going to make an entrance as we are presenting. Okay. And so, pleased to be joined by none other than Sher Duncan this morning. You see him bouncing, coming through.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
You remember this time when I was late and Sher said I had to bring breakfast? So here he is, where's
Good
the
morning,
breakfast?
Julia. Good morning.
Where's the breakfast?
Breakfast is coming. Hold on. We there. Morning, everybody. Good morning.
So Don, I am from the west side. Yes, Don, we know you're from the west side.
Yeah.
I see Ganesh is missing in action. We got to pull him in for fitness.
Yep. One and only. One and only. I heard you calling the name Ignatius, and now you know him as one name. Now Ignatius hiding from somebody.
Oh my God.
Mr. Ignatius got creditors. So he's one name legally, but you outing Mr. Ignatius publicly.
Now listen, he's not hiding from anybody because it's not a blank profile. He has his profile picture up and everything, so it's impossible for him to hide.
Yep. Apparently.
Now that's a personal friend of mine, so I know I can do these things.
Yeah.
I see Judah David also is joining us from Bartica this morning, and I'm Tyann Wallerson. So good morning to you folks. Beatrice
morning, Judith, and all the other folks. Chin Singh is here. Who's boss man?
It's you.
Oh yes.
Listen,
respect and manners.
Sharon is looking all presidential this morning. I like this look. I like this look, Sharon. It's black and white.
It's a Granger-esque. I'm not just vex some people. I just vex some people there. Granger-esque. I just vex some people. Who vex lose? Who vex?
Oh
Good to see Paul D'Angelo, Sharon, Alfonso, Evans, and Roger Can. Folks, share. Some of y'all getting bad, Y'all used to come and share. Now we got to prompt and to push and to cajole and to coerce. Share. Folks, just share the live stream.
No, say it, man. Say it. You can say it. You have a
share the damn live stream and smash the emoji button. Share. Maureen, good to see you. Maureen Chester Paul, good to see you. And Marilyn Thomas, Esther Blue, all the fancy. Look at that fancy name.
Eastman.
No, yes. How do you pronounce that first name? Eglantine Eastman.
You
wow.
Say it nice. Eglantine.
Fancy name. When you got a name like that, you have to rich, Mrs. Eglantine.
Okay, so Rod, Dan getting vexed with not sharing the live.
Yes. We got to share and smash. So others, as Judy said earlier, and gets the valid and credible information. Guys, we're so happy that you are here with us. I look forward to spending this time with you. More than, they who shall not be named. Look forward to spending this time with you. You. All of you guys. Treat a little moderation.
I say I'm not a little moderation.
Oh, sorry. Plenty moderation. My apologies.
No, listen, the people that are close to me, dear to me, in my
plenty
life,
moderation.
they have challenges some days.
Call names. I ask them. Call names. I can verify.
Challenges some days. You have to take it slow and with me sometimes.
Julie says she's an acquired taste. She's not to everybody. She's an acquired taste.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Petal Thorn, good to see you. Right? Ursa.
Sharon McKenzie said, class boy, I shared a damn life and my name in call.
Sharon McKenzie. Sharon McKenzie. We having it. Sharon McKenzie. You know that one time when Sharon McKenzie asked for live stream to be shared, and then we shared it, and then we called the name Sharon McKenzie again. That one time. Sharon.
Well, Judy's having was it went by so fast. I think she said pumpkin and roti something.
Pumpkin and roti. Wow.
I think that's what
you live in the life, Judith.
I think Judith have a cook shop or something.
Yeah.
It seems so, right, Judith?
Pumpkin and roti.
Those breakfast menu.
I didn't see the combination in a long time.
Yeah.
Things nice by you, Juliet. Nice time.
It's Bartica, it's not Linden.
It's true. Apparently, apparently, you all know something. We know. You all know something. We know. Yep. Patricia Amsterdam, good to see you. And Roger Candy Lillian Inderjeet says she's not late today. Good to see you, Candy. Good to see you.
Alexis Otis joining from Wakenham.
Oh, wow. Beautiful waking up.
Yes.
Alexis, how are you doing? I ain't seen a long time, girl. I ain't seen a long time. But good to see you this morning. Jason Mingo is here. And Tanya Cummins. Cherry Baskin joins us from Barbados. Am I right, Cherry? It's so many people joining us from so many places.
I'm not even
Good to
going
see
to
you guys.
pretend that I'm going to remember. Guys, listen, I'm not going to remember where you joined from or those things.
Sachin
I'm
Trim.
not good with those.
Yeah.
Hubert Music, good morning to you, Hubert, and all the FYI fam. You know, this family has been, this is quite an extended family. You know, we need to put up a family tree at some point.
It's a big family
this
we got here, boy.
Extended family, you know. We're just going to go by surnames.
And some of y'all like Jurita.
What is that supposed to
mean?
Yes,
not for everybody. Acquired taste. Not for everybody. But good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are great. Ethan Duke is here. And Claire Capel. Chinsing is always here. Chinsing like Beatrice. They're always there.
Oh wow.
You know?
That's the roots of the family.
Robert is here too. Robert Pops, Archer, Devine Smith. Good to see you folks. Good to see all of you guys.
Roger said if his wife cooked pumpkin, that he and her will get a divorce because he can't stand that.
He can't stand pumpkin. It's the cost, no? It's the cost. It's the cost for you, Roger. It's the cost. Good to see you guys. Yo, what's in the morning papers?
Well,
what are we talking about today? What's in the morning papers?
You know when you're late, right?
you want to catch up quick.
You just come through.
You want to catch up quick.
Coming through right now. You know what we talking about today? Well, the first thing we're talking about is the fact that
pumpkin. Huh?
The first thing we're talking about is the fact that you didn't bring breakfast.
Yeah. Late. We can make up. We can make up. We can fix up.
And I did bring nuts for you.
You know,
I just want to remind
don't let me go back there.
That I did bring nuts for you.
Don't let me go back there to the nuts.
Late.
Right? Don't let me go back there to the nuts, folks. I'm begging y'all.
Oh my goodness. So there's a lot going on in the country right now, most definitely. And as folks, as you would know that on Mondays, but some of you that don't know, as I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee. So every Monday I have to be in Parliament, and usually that is from like 10 a.m. until
10 p.m.
Well, not on. Well, we have gone on very, very late, but it just basically hours on end being in the National Assembly. Well, not the National Assembly, but in the public buildings, we have the Public Accounts Committee that meets and examine these the spending of government funds over the years. And yesterday it was interesting. Yesterday we had GRA come before us yesterday, and the Ministry of Agriculture also, you know. And GRA is amazing for persons to actually understand what goes on there. But I want to talk about it this morning because GRA made a point that when persons submit their tax returns, sometimes, you know, persons overpay and they get back the money that they overpaid. GRA is saying that immediately as they identify that you have overpaid when you submit those tax returns, immediately they write a check and they send it to you in the mail through registered mail. But GRA is saying that people see GRA on the envelopes and they don't want to sign and collect the mail, right? So folks, if you see GRA send a registered mail to you and you have submitted your tax returns and stuff, you may be getting a check that with money coming back to you. But GRA is saying that they have those mail don't come through registered mail. Actually, I don't believe so. But GRA is saying I think it's a very, very small percentage of persons actually collect it. So just that to note, and also that their e-services is up and running. So you just have to go online. And there's one thing that I want to mention is that you have to create an account to utilize the e-service, but it's very good. It's very helpful. You know, they have all the systems in place to calculate how much money you have to be paying in returns and all of those things. So you don't have, the system is more easier to use right now online. So just do that, and just note that when you see GRA send a registered mail to you once you submitted your tax return, so it could be money that is being sent back to you.
So you got me thinking now if I saw, I'm boxing back in the mind now. Did I come across any GRA mail that I didn't open? I'm boxing back in my mind. Folks, Drita made tea this morning. She made Milo tea.
I meant Milo.
Milo tea.
Look, Maryland
And
Thomas and GRA is like GRA is a work in progress for William William. And this is something that I mentioned yesterday, you know, because persons don't go online, persons don't want to create an account and all of these things because there's not this public trust when it
with
comes
GRA.
to things like
And
that.
then,
A lot of work to
then
be
GRA
done.
gets some officers shooting up in the air when you trying to feed your
But,
horse
but
grass.
that's not a service. That's not a.
Next by them. So people could
But,
be very intimidating using the services there. But as I said, Jorita made the Milo tea as a
the
segue.
Milo.
And it seems like we could send Sharf by year end.
Oh my gosh!
We
Seriously?
could send her off by year end.
It's going on. Tell me, it's going on.
Oh, it's a decent cup of tea, that's what I'm saying. So we can send you off. We can send you off.
So I've made Milo before.
We can send you off.
They weren't good.
Huh? No, I'm just saying this morning, I don't know, the tea is good. We can send her off by year end. By year end. We can send her off.
You're bringing attention to this thing.
You have the stamp approval. Go for it. Go for it.
Marlon said I worked 31 years and never received 1 cent from GRE. Well, they've been doing some work and trying to get things up
you know,
to
the thing is to submit your tax returns.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't know.
You have to have something inside
to get something back.
So if you haven't been submitting.
Yeah, well, that's a point to note because persons, although your employers, you know, the tax has been paid for persons, if you don't submit your tax return, then you wouldn't ever know if you have been overpaid.
You know, we got to start paying our taxes, folks. We got to start paying our taxes. It is necessary. We have to. We got to start paying our taxes. You know, another thing on the morning papers, which we're going to be talking about a little more in depth later on, is the appointment of Mr. Hickens. The man gone big now. Hickens gone up. He gone big.
I think he crossed over some people.
Yeah. He gone big.
Step over.
Congratulations. You know, it's a momentous, what do you call it? Elevation. Even though the PNCR says it's illegal, it's a momentous elevation, I think, in one's career, especially in the police force, a very, very high rank. The highest rank.
It is the highest rank.
Hold in the police force. The legality and all of that aside.
But it's when it comes to the policy of the way in which those appointments should be made and all of that, most definitely, it is questionable beyond.
Yeah, the legality we can find in the court. That aside.
Yeah, that aside. That aside.
What's the common term let's use? You know, I'm trying to remember it. When people want to say something negative, it's no hard feelings, something like that.
Oh, no hard feelings.
That aside, congratulations. I know you're long, you know, basically. I know you're long.
I don't.
I know you for a long time. Congratulations. That being said, we're going to talk a little bit more about that a little later on. But that's one of the other things in the morning paper.
Yes, I need to jump over.
Right? Gavin says Hickens got a hopscotch promotion. I'd rather be your friend, you know. I'd rather be your friend out there. Hopscotch promotion. Right? Hopscotch promotion. What thing is this?
No, but my only thing is with the promotion, and I can join with Sheridan saying congratulations. You know, it's the highest rank in the police force. But my thing is we can't look past the fact that why this is being done in this way is because the PPP is refusing to engage the opposition on matters of such that they need to consult, right? So you go ahead and you talk about this whole concept of one Guyana and all of that, and you go and you make these decisions. You try to find every loophole and just go through it so that you can avoid any consultation with the opposition altogether. And that is something that the country everybody has been complaining about it. And we hear from one excuse to the next, and every single reason why this was not done is given, but there's absolutely no solid excuse that comes. You know, there's no rationality behind all of those statements that they make. You know, what was number one? They say that we are illegitimate. What's the number one? It's most ridiculous, right?
It is what it is. It is what it is. I was a little distracted. It is what it is.
Charlotte's being distracted.
It is what
he's
it
late
is.
And then he's distracted.
Yes, I was a little distracted. It is what it is. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Hickens in the program. But those are a couple of the things on the front page.
Well, I see a comment there, Maureen Coppin Williams is saying something, and this is something that I say a lot, is that it creates precedence, it creates precedence. When they do something like that, they're creating a precedence, and they can't complain if that follows from the government, the next administration,
Yeah.
right? So
Don't
those
vex.
are things. Can't vex.
Do
You
for this
went,
now, Bia.
you went and fire everybody. You can't vex somebody go and do the
Yeah.
same thing. I say it all the time. The PPP, the PPP, well, not the PPP, the PSA we inherited that served under the PPP. He came to the PAC and he said he can't remember anything. I said, you're creating a dangerous precedent. So now when persons came and said they can't remember, and Bishop Edgel is upset, I said, I told you you were creating the precedence when you allowed
Memory.
it before.
Momentary memory lapses, convenient memory lapses. We understand. So,
but a lot of work to be done in the police force, and this is
Yes.
this is it's a very serious
Yes.
matter. A lot of work to be done in the police
Yes.
force, and anybody that sits at the helm of that, notwithstanding the politics of anybody sits at the helm of it, they got to work cut out for them.
Yeah.
I can say that because look at what is going on. The complaints.
A lot of
throughout the
corruption in
country,
the police force. A lot of good people.
Yep.
A lot of corruption. And y'all can't find me like the chaplain, so I could say it. Right? A lot of corruption.
Dear
a
Lord,
lot of
we
good,
have.
a lot of good people too in the police force. And thanks for your service, Mr. Hoppy. Mr. Hoppy's gone up, I think,
Yeah.
on retirement leave. You might agree with some of his posturings and so on, or not. But he served his country. Has been a policeman for many, many years, many decades, and has served his country well. Thank you.
Correct.
All right. Another day, another dollar. Money got make.
Okay, so I'm just going through the comments. The comments are going by very fast right now.
Yeah,
We see,
yeah.
Joyce Van Kooten is there. Joyce, are you from the West Coast?
Yep.
I have a colleague, Van Kooten is the only person I know. The only other Van Kooten I know is from
Van
the West
Kooten,
Coast.
gotta be rich people and fancy names.
So if you're from the West Coast, let me know. It's somewhere around CI. I can't remember. So let me try to remember this.
Moving on, folks, from the Van Kooten family
It
line.
just strikes my memory a little bit. So forgive me for that. Yeah.
We got a couple things on the trend, guys. We got a couple things on the trend. Quite a bit of information to get through this morning. A couple things on the trend.
Yeah, but I see a couple of stuff that we have on the trend. I actually see that's in the morning papers also. We see inmate succumbs following brawl at Lusignan prison. And the inmate was actually stabbed and killed over bed space at the Lusignan prison, Sheriff. So a lot going on there. But we have a lot to go through when it comes to the morning trend. So let us start off at the international front.
Yes. Start you guys off well.
So yesterday we covered a person of interest was none other than Will Smith. All that was transpiring at the time. And just to give an update on that, we see Will Smith and Chris Rock apologize. What are you taking?
Set piece. Staged set piece. But I think the apology, both of them, right, were mature. And I thought about what happened on that stage for a long time yesterday. And I saw Will Smith hit on it at the beginning of his apology by saying that violence in no form can be acceptable. I saw Big Uncle Gordon Mosley. Thanks, guys. Big Uncle Gordon Mosley posted that, as public figures, people think you can take and take and take, but sometimes people go too far.
Yeah.
But I understand that. I got no trouble with that because indeed, you as a public figure, Drita, you have your private life and you got feelings too. I understand that. And when people talk about your hair and so on, you can get a little flustered.
I don't.
And so on.
Those things don't bother me.
Right?
I don't know why, but it don't.
Right? No, but I mean, to the average person, the public person, right?
I keep my purse. I try my best to keep my personal life out of the spotlight. I can say that because I don't want persons to be distracted with my political work as against what I'm doing in my personal life. I don't want person to be distracted altogether by that.
So we can never know who this fella is. That's what you're saying to us.
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope not.
But that being said, that's the point that Gordon Mosley was making. I think I saw on a post on social media. But violence could never, right? violence, depends. Which one the
This
queens,
thing,
eh?
this thing,
Bartica,
it bothers
Stoneville,
me.
Queens.
It's
So,
VIO.
um,
Violence.
right? Y'all know what I mean when I said violence,
Yes, I have to say it with
right?
passion. Violence.
When the violence could never be the answer. So, striking another person like that, and even though I still believe largely it was very, very much staged,
You
because believe it or not, all of this apology and so on, watch and see, it is working its way to the red table. Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett at the red table. I mean, we have a black table. Things
listen.
that we can't pay at the table.
That is just a consequence to what
It's not a
happened.
consequence.
Yes, it
It
is.
was the part that was meant to be, that was orchestrated. The intellectual authors knew it was going there, wanted it to go there. That's going to happen. But that being said, I thought about it, and I don't care how vexed you get, because we as a society, we're now coming out of the month where we celebrate women.
Yes.
And we talk about, respecting women and non-violence and all that stuff. What if it was a woman who had made the comment? Would you have gone up on stage and boxed her? Right? What if a woman had made the same comment that Chris Rock made? Right? Is violence acceptable because somebody talked about, I've been called so many names. People tell you about your mother. This guy only be living in, tell you about your father, your whole lineage, your uncle, your auntie, your grandmother, everything. If you go on like that, is everybody fighting, Right? Every day it's fighting Kwame McCoy. Every day it's fighting Ropes and Ben.
You don't have to fight
Right?
Kwame every day. Just one day Kwame done.
Back to shots. The back to shots. One day. So I thought with that aspect, like
Jada would have had to go and deal with the woman.
We grew up hearing sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never. And I mean, at the end of the day, we understand. I appreciate this this illness and all of that. But how could violence be? Putin do the same thing, If you can't serve it, might is right. You're bigger and you're stronger, might is right.
Sharon made a point, and I want to weigh in a little bit on it, because yes, we did grow up hearing sticks and stones could break your bones, but words
words can never harm me.
Words can never harm you. Well, that's one of the reasons why I say old people don't always write. Because over the years we have learned that is not so. And actually it's the complete opposite of that. When it comes to words have a psychological impact in how it affects persons, and those things build up over time. Any learned psychologist would actually tell you the effect of that type of psychological mental abuse, putting negative words to somebody, it's more dangerous and more damaging than someone actually having a physical wounds. Physical wounds more so can heal a whole lot easier than mental, psychological wounds that are inflicted through negative words.
I'm still thinking that yesterday, but Sunday night rather, was staged, because you're on the world stage. This is the Academy Awards. This is some backyard show you're having, and you get caught on camera like Beyonce's sister and Jay-Z in the elevator kind of thing, pushing and shoving. The cameras are on the stage. This is the Oscars you're at. You know what the impact is going to be. And I don't care how vexed you vex. As an actor in the US, and a big actor at that, you're calculating all that in your mind, and you're deciding you can go down a certain road.
No, Sharon is saying these things, and I have to disagree. You did not calculate any of that. That's a reflex action. That's an on-the-moment spontaneous action.
It isn't.
Yes,
it isn't. You know why it isn't?
Yeah.
Because Will Smith was laughing, as y'all said yesterday morning.
Yes.
He looked over to his wife. He noticed that she wasn't laughing.
Yes.
And then he decided what he was going to do. So it wasn't a reflex action. He calculated in his head. She's not happy with this. I need to do something. At least I'm in the doghouse later on.
But
Boom, I'm on the stage.
One thing we know for sure is that their family has been going through a lot. So most
Yeah.
definitely, Their family has been
That being
going through a
said,
lot.
apologies accepted. Go and say no more.
But the academy, I just want to note that the academy actually issued a statement saying
Yeah.
that they condemned the actions of Will Smith, and they said they had a meeting with representatives at a very heated meeting because there were some persons rooting for a certain action and some persons not agreeing. So we're yet to see what direction that goes in, because most definitely cannot have a whole lot of celebrities in a room and you not have mechanisms in place that they would feel safe.
And one of the
Right,
things they were talking about too, I read, in that discussion they were having, there was some contemplation of pulling Will Smith out of the Oscars
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
They said, but persons were so dispersed throughout,
But it's
throughout the
interesting, though,
event that
to
they
see.
couldn't gather them before he was called up.
It's interesting to see. There's a horse. He's just slapped on stage, and the show just goes. That's how the show goes on.
You
The
remember?
show goes on.
That's one of the things that you must remember. Always take care of yourself, because
The show goes on.
yeah, always take care of yourself. Don't let nobody not tell you otherwise. Basically, I always tell people, you see, doing, and you're going to work, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that.
Yeah.
I said, if today or tomorrow you're not there, you will be replaced.
Yeah. The show
Right?
goes on. Like the
So,
show must go on.
It's terrible,
Yeah.
but take care of yourself. This message, make sure that you take care of yourself, your mental health, and all of those things, so that you are okay. You are important individually. We're all, that's the important part, taking care of yourself.
So I hope you're hearing that, Destiny Phillips and Glenford Gordon and Claudette Clark and all you other folks. Warren Figuera, take care of yourself. The show goes on. Some of us behave as though we can't take a day off from the work.
Yeah.
Right? And we working. I mean, I appreciate that. To have a stellar record. Some people say, oh, I work in here 10, 15 years. I never take a day off. The show will go on. Yeah. That one day when it's a permanent day off, the show goes on.
Invest in yourself.
Right. Be gentle with yourselves. Linda McCalmont and Penelope Howard and Elizabeth Norine. Be gentle with yourself, Elizabeth. Joining us from Sparkle City, South Carolina. Yes. Jaran McDonald and Beatrice. Be gentle with yourselves. Moving on.
As we move on, we're still on the international front. And yes, we are. So I'm picking up off of CNN this morning that an extraordinary Antarctic heat wave, 70 degrees above normal, was actually recorded. And personally, we've been talking a lot about climate change and global warming. This is something that the world has been discussing. I know that the person like Donald Trump said it's a hoax, but I tend to believe otherwise. There's too much data out there for us to actually say that is a hoax. So
Donald different.
And so
like it's all the Donald, the different.
Yeah. So the scientists that are stationed there at Antarctica is actually saying that for the very first time they have recorded a reading that is 70 degrees above normal. So we definitely need to be concerned about how we live all together and how to, I'm looking at a photo that is taken from the Antarctic there, and I see some smoke coming out of something.
Could we have them back again? Could we have them back again? What is happening there, guys? What's happening there?
I don't know if that photo is a good representation
of Antarctica. So no. They don't get smoke in Antarctica?
No. Of the fact that we're talking about climate change.
And a lot of black smoke. Maybe that's the problem. It's too much black smoke. Y'all carry y'all dirty waste all over.
We're gonna vet that photo to see the origin.
Yeah. So, we got two guys there with the coat, but fine.
Yeah, but folks, let's not distract from the actual
climate change. Yes. Climate change. Hold the focus.
It's real, and we definitely need to be cognizant of our own actions as we are contributing to it. Yeah. We have a responsibility to safeguard the earth ourselves for our own children and the generations to follow. So we don't want to put them in a position that they have no world to live in. I'm very.
I hope the people who cutting down the mangroves listening to us. I hope the folks, and I hope the folks who are involved in the flaring and so on listening. Yeah. And taking note, because we won't have a world if we continue like that to hand over to future generations. Yeah. Right?
Most definitely.
It's reach 5, 6 children and so on. Future generations.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. No, God. Not sure.
Moving on to the trend. Guys. 7.
So Chelsea Football Club owner has suffered suspected poisoning.
How so?
Yes, Chelsea football club owner. I don't know why I'm not getting to go to where I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, just
Talk to us. How come he's been poisoned? Poison.
like, well,
Wow, wow.
it's a suspected
You
poisoning.
can't eat
As
them in any place. My mother always tell me that. Don't eat around the place.
as
Come home and
there's a
eat.
couple things to note about him because he's a Russian. He's Russian
So
billionaire.
Russians that poison a
Romance
lot. That's what you say.
suffered symptoms of suspected poisoning at peace talks on the Ukraine Belarus border earlier this month. Sources
So,
closest to him
so
say.
you said the Ukrainians poison him?
I don't know who is said
How
to
he be
have
part?
poisoned who.
How he got to be part of
But
the peace
at
talks?
talks, this is a
People,
Russian billionaire, my
some people
dear.
curious, you know.
This is Russian billionaire, and if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, he was also one of the persons that were sanctioned by the UK when
Mhm.
those sanctions were being pushed out. So the Russian
Oh, I
billionaire,
see.
Chelsea football club owner, there he is. That's different
So he
type of
meeting the peace talks and he feeling good now.
so different type of money that you see in that person, a different type of money you see there. So as I go back to my to what is trending right now, that is something that we can take note of to see how far
Yeah,
that goes
yeah.
altogether.
You know, these folks make a big fuss when these things happen. And you know, sometimes we don't even know. We have been food poisoning. You wake up with a little belly, we say, drink some black tea. You don't know.
No,
Food poisoning.
that's very serious.
Yes, and I think it was a discussion we were having here.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, we don't do regular medical checkups. I am due for one at my tender age. I am due for one. But we don't make that a focus. In Guyana, we work and we die.
Mm.
That's what we do. We work and we dead.
At any point in
At
time.
any point, my grandfather, God rest his soul, my not my biological grandfather, but he lived, for instance, he came from Burbishan,
Mm.
and he spent 20 years living in Georgia, never went back to Burbis once.
Ah,
Worked hard and died.
my God.
Never take a trip outside the borders of this country. That's how they did it then.
Mm.
Right? You work hard and that's it. No vacation. Every time I go home at them, I was in the yard
But
chopping.
it's not a
something,
lie. You're not
things-
living. You're just basically surviving.
It's life to them.
It's survival.
But I mean, there's more to it
Yeah.
than that. You can add some stuff to it
Yeah.
besides that. But again, the point I'm making is that if we feel something like that, you feel a little sick, you say, "Oh boy, I need some bush."
Yeah.
Or something like that, and you're going on. You know, it's food poisoning. Food poisoning,
Yeah.
right? Food poisoning to the Russian billionaire is a regular Tuesday here in this country. Regular Tuesday. You feel your neck back hot, and people say, "Oh, my pressure high. I can drink a Malta,"
Yeah.
and you're going on. Right? You know, there's a blood clot or something moving to your brain or your spine or something. That's how we do. Doctor to say I'm not feeling well, I'm going to see the doctor. That's foreign
Taboo.
language here. Foreign language.
Yeah, persons, and I want to support what Sharon is saying because I have a lot of experience with persons just taking things lightly. And that's why a lot of persons in hinterland communities would die of very frivolous things, The slightest thing, you drink some bush, you go to somebody around the corner who knows something for look and rub and a crack and whatever. And you are in need of some serious medical attention.
Yeah. You feel your foot hurting and say, "Oh, it's the cold floor."
Yes, you
Put on a
diagnose yourself.
socks.
The
Self-diagnosis,
Yes.
which is the worst. Put on a socks
Yes.
and you're gone.
Like, how?
Right? Oh, this knee hurting. Oh, strap it up. Is my one good. We different,
No, but I could
We
say
different.
my mother is the complete opposite of that because my mother, if anything bothers you, she doesn't play to go to the hospital to the point that it frustrates me sometimes because everything that goes
They know
wrong,
her coming from far.
they know her coming from far. And sometimes she's at a point where she would go to the hospital and say, "This is happening, and this is the history of the patient, and this is what works."
which is okay too, because that is the other challenge that we have. I'm just rephrasing a little bit. I hope that's not on the outside. I noticed the other challenge that we have is that even when sometimes you go to the hospital, people don't like to ask questions.
Yeah.
They're intimidated to ask any questions of the doctor. And so let's say you go and then they come back home and you ask, "Oh, what did the doctor say?" He said, "Everything all right." Everything good.
Oh my goodness. No, that's not how you do it. The doctor asks you questions, you respond, and and you ask questions too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, like I was at a hospital with my daughter just last week, and the doctors were discussing a test that she had to do from a scan, and they were saying, well, this is what we're seeing here, and this is what. And my question is, what causes that? You know, could this have this effect and stuff like that? So it is your duty also to.
Elizabeth Narayan is saying that when people got chest pain, it says wind.
No.
There was a cardiac arrest coming on, you know.
Mhm.
Chest pain, wind, and take some strong bush, knock it out, or a hot bottle of coke.
No,
We
very, very
different.
serious. And the hospital, and I have to give credit to the hospital, when it comes to things like chest pain, and so you don't take it lightly, especially if you having chest pain is recurring and all of that. You have to go to the
Yeah.
hospital. The first thing the doctors usually do is recommend that you go get an ECG. And you go at a hospital, Georgian Hospital is there. They have the ECG department, very cramped little space for persons to work in, but nevertheless,
It works.
it's there. And they have the ECG, and they give that reading to see if you have suffered a heart attack prior
Yeah.
or so forth, if,
Yeah.
if your heart is functioning as it should. So persons, you need to take these things very, very
Very
seriously.
seriously.
Yep.
Very hot in. It could be food poisoning. We hope that the guy gets better.
Well, we see a bit of news coming out here. I think it's Al Jazeera. I'm taking this bit from that says the headline reads Venezuela's army collaborated with Colombian rebel groups.
No surprises there. With Maduro, anything is possible. No surprises there. None.
But that is something that we need to be very conscious of what the development
That photo looked like they pawn in UG by the
at the
admission.
back,
By
yeah.
the admissions.
No, seriously, it looks a little bit like that
Yeah.
indeed. Very serious. You got me looking at the photo now. Guys who don't know, UG have a pawn at the back, and don't walk next to the pawn in the night. There are caimans in there.
Mhm. Who come out to greet you?
Listen, I was walking at the back. I don't know why we're segueing from this headed, but I would have to say at this point, at one point in time, I was walking to go through the back entrance at Eugene, and there were there were two caimans fighting
Just watching.
right across the path.
And you know
This
why?
is University.
The Cayman saw something.
This
That's a clue. The
University
Cayman
Ghana.
saw something and they came out of the pond. Moving on.
Yeah, but as we go back to the report that's taken from Al Jazeera, they say Human Rights Watch has accused Venezuelan soldiers of conducting joint operation with Colombian rebels in Venezuela state earlier this year amidst dramatic increase in violence along a remote and often lawless stretch of the Colombian-Venezuelan border.
Wow.
So we see the Human Rights Watch is on that, and most definitely, I know Al Jazeera is going to be picking up a whole lot more of that information. So we definitely be following that. So,
Yep.
but as we move forward, a little bit of sad news, I would say, that the soca singer Blacks has died of COVID-19. You know, I was hoping to get some video footage of that, but I'm not sure. I don't think we have that for you this morning. But the soca singer Blacks has. I can't sing this song, guys. I'll have.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna do it. So soca star Dexter Stewart, better known as Blacks, died at a hospital Monday after contracting COVID-19. His manager confirmed, right? And so they're saying All Stars, of which he was the lead singer, issues a statement saying his family, along with the management and members of the band The All Stars, we correct, regretted having to announce his untimely passing. May his voice be heard among the angels, it said. The 61-year-old had been hospitalized since March 4th. So he was in there battling, fighting for a while.
Yeah.
And it also goes on to say, the reading here also goes on to say that in 2020, Blacks was hospitalized with lung and kidney issues. So this is somebody that was already ill in 2020.
Comorbidities.
And then now in 2022, he lost his life.
And you know what? I want to tell folks that COVID is real.
Yeah.
And it's quite surprising, you know, how we've opened up. But that being said, the Minister of Health locally said that we could have the BA2 variant, COVID variant, in Ghana shortly. So COVID is real. We want to say...
when they say it's going to be here, it's already here.
Yeah. Our thoughts and prayers is with Black's family and friends and loved ones. But COVID is real, people. And we've said it here. I've said personally, I'm wearing my mask. I'm social distancing. I'm sanitizing as per normal. So I am enforcing the COVID protocols on myself. COVID is very real, and I was very taken back that Obama said he was um, he was fully vaccinated like me.
Yeah.
He took the booster shot like me, and he still got COVID, which means it is still a possibility, and you have to take every precaution, folks. When you're gone, you're gone. There's no
Yeah.
do-over. There's no coming back. When you're gone, you're gone. And we'd rather that than going on party and lime and
Yeah. I think the problem is a lot of people have not seen someone with COVID at their worst before they recover or lost their life. And if you actually have seen someone in that stage, can't move, can't breathe, gasping for breath, then you think about the difference, you know. If
and
you
with
have
some of the
experienced
stuff
that.
I see happening here, and here the horror stories happening here with COVID. I mean, folks who are involved in medicine and so on tell us that overseas, that what y'all doing here is madness. They're surprised people surviving.
Yeah.
Surprised people are surviving. What we're doing here is madness where COVID management is concerned. And we gotta really and truly take this thing seriously. And we've lost so many folks here. You know, I was watching a guy on TikTok last evening, and he reminded me so much of Imran Khan.
Yeah.
So much. We lost Imran Khan. We lost, I mean, just notable persons. Mundale Smith. I remember one of the things Mundale used to say when Mundale was reading news at one point, if you can be good, be careful. That was his sign off. You know, we lost Mundale. We lost so many other folks, so many Guyanese. We have lost. This thing is very serious, and this guy is a notable person in Trinidad, in the soca world. And again, our thoughts and prayers. Let's be careful out there, folks. Take nothing for granted. You can't see it. It didn't come with a party card, right? It didn't come in with a bank card. They say a rich or a poor. A party card say, oh, as PNC or AFC or PPP. Take caution out there.
It's very, very serious. And for those of you who know that you've experienced the symptoms yourself, you would know how serious it is. For persons who have not, you know, you should go online and check and see how persons with COVID, especially when it affects their lung, how they actually the suffering that they go through before they die.
I didn't even know I had COVID. Twitter gave me COVID. I didn't know I had COVID, but like a typical Guyanese, just battle through.
Listen.
Just battle through, you know.
How you're supposed to digest that, but I don't know how I gave Sharon COVID.
But that's what I said.
No, but Sharon,
moving on.
Let's tackle on this a little bit. Let's take a pin on this particular matter.
The jury pin.
Sharon said I give him COVID, you know. COVID started in 2020. I think sometimes it's good to be frank with persons, especially when it comes to what you experience personally in your own battle against COVID-19. And I had COVID very early when the virus just came to the country. And I can tell persons I almost died with that because I could not move my head left to right because I couldn't get enough oxygen to supply my body. And like 3 months after that, I was still feeling the effect of the recovery of COVID because I was like, my hair was like falling out. And it was crazy. And the immediate 2 weeks after that, it's like my muscle mass was completely affected with that. So it's like you could have barely walk without it. Your body just literally feels completely weak all the time. So when I give persons a caution when it comes to COVID, I often tell them, either you don't know because you've never seen it. You've never had to fight to breathe. And when you get to that stage, and at that point, I want to tell folks that there wasn't any vaccine or anything like that. Person was basically giving you Panadols and painkillers and things like that to fight off the virus. It's very, very, it's very serious. But thankfully, I'm here this morning.
Yeah, I'm here too. Despite Twitter trying to take me out, I'm still here.
So Sharon got a little fever, and that was it.
You know, despite her trying, I still here. We out here. We out here, people. We out here.
God has a plan for us.
The worst part for me was the vaccination because that to me made me feel even worse than having actual COVID. The side effects of the vaccine was horrific. Yeah. For me personally.
Well, I felt the vaccine in my arm for like probably 4 months after.
You had long COVID.
No, the vaccine was after. That's like a whole year after when we got the vaccines, you know. I think it was like a year after that. So, but when I got the vaccine, I could tell folks I did take several precautions when it comes to everything that I did. I did everything that they say to do. Every single thing. I sanitized my hands. So my hands are smelling like sanitizer 24/7. So everything that I did, it was correct to the book, but yet it's a virus. So that's what we said. You
It
have to
was
be
your time.
extra careful, you know.
It was her time. It was her time.
So Rudy, Heinz is saying the bushwalk direct. I can tell you, what my mother didn't give me to drink is what she forgot to give me. I tell her that she needs to write down all the stuff that she put down my throat during that
She's
period.
a child of the bush.
So
That be,
I don't know.
but what COVID taught me personally is how interconnected we all are.
Yeah.
One woman came together with
One.
COVID.
Yeah.
One, and now COVID all parts of this country.
Yeah.
How we are all connected. This race thing is foolishness,
Mm.
right? Whether we like it or not, we all breathing the same air and impacting each other.
Yeah.
Right. So that being said, moving on the trend. On the
That
trend,
being
folks.
said, you know, we're getting we're done with the international parts there. We're looking at the local, what's going on locally, and
I want to get to the person of interest.
we have
I want to get to the person of interest so bad.
Well, I think that we can actually go to the person of interest because we have another gate situation that we're looking
Yep,
at
yep.
right now. I'm going to allow Cher to take you through.
I know the
this
guys
particular
are ready
part.
with the video. They can give us an indication. But we got a video. You know, there's been lots of talk I heard recently about the mayor of Georgetown. Beautiful fella. Mayor Ubraj, right? Lovely soul.
Yes.
Right? Lovely soul. I rather him to the last mayor. My own personal reasons. I don't want to get into it too much.
Drinking my tea.
But I love this mayor.
I'll
He's
drink
very down to
my
earth.
tea.
He is pliable. He's a good listener. And he wants the best for the city. And that's what I love about him. He's a people's person, real people's person. Right? And I think if we give this mayor a good chance, he's going to make Georgetown great again.
Mm.
I think so. He has a good spirit. He's a religious man. He's a pandit. He's a decent fella.
Okay.
Right? I met somebody like he in a long time. Decent fella. Decent human being. You know, and the other day he was out doing his duties as chief citizen.
Yeah.
You know, back in the days, we used to call him Lord Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
We just say Mayor now, or
No,
his worship.
His worship.
Right? You said Lord Mayor, his worship XYZ. So Lord Mayor Ubraj Ryan was out there. He was with Hits and Jams, who were celebrating 9 years, I think.
Yeah,
Kudos to Hits and Jams. Good work, you know, like anybody else, got their own controversies every now and again. But Hits and Jams has really and truly set the pace for entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? And we can open
credit.
entertainment company just now, host big events. So hold on. But that being said, kudos, I want to say that to Hits and Jams. 9 years, fantastic work, guys. Fantastic work. And you know what? Let me say, what's his name? One of the guys there, what's his name again? Ferguson, Rawl, always calls me. Anything that have happened and said, if you need tickets, they're on us.
Okay.
Right? Very kind folks. The side, the other part is not, I'm not a pet party person. But the mayor was there with them celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And yesterday I heard the Minister of Home Affairs bashing the mayor.
Who was that? Rupson man?
You see, you don't even remember the fella's name, so you could tell us how effective he is.
No, I just wanted to confirm that
right.
it was him.
And you know, it was a strange thing, and you're going to listen to it. He was saying that the mayor was. They were talking about road safety.
Mm-hmm.
Road safety, because he was in a meeting with the Road Safety Council. They were having a forum, a stakeholders forum, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And how he got to the mayor, only God knows.
Mm-hmm.
But road safety.
Uh-huh.
I think he veered into talking about the safety of the city, right? And vexed that Sarah Ann Lynch had to say to her people, don't come to Georgetown, don't go to the markets. And then the American gave a wider warning saying, COVID plenty here, don't come if you don't have to.
Yeah.
She was vexed about that. But on the market bit, he said, before the mayor go and get the constabulary out and make the city safe, they're winding up. Now, I trying to remember, I trying to figure out if it's the same mayor that I know, Ubraj Narain, winding up.
Yeah. So you went to.
I had to go back and look.
You had to review the evidence.
Right? I had to go back and look seriously to see if this was it. But I wanted to take, for instance, the guy said they're almost ready with Ben's statement. Ben was vexed. He said, I calling him out, winding up.
I remember Ben. You remember Ben?
I want to say Ben. Hold on. Folks, it is the most bizarre thing. From road safety, I don't know.
I got some older people. Don't be happy when they see young people out and about,
If the
making some progress.
if the mayor was whining in the middle of the road, I would say yes. But Hits and Jams had an event. A lot of people were enjoying themselves. And the mayor wasn't just crazy to be winding up by himself. This is not the person of the mayor.
Yeah.
Right? So when you talk about this wind up, I say, well, that is an indictment on Hits and Jams events, number one. And then you're slamming the mayor.
Oh, God.
Right? The mayor must go and walk. Well, you got the whole country, and I think we're doing good with crime. Right? But that being said, the guys are going to let us know if we have that video, and they're going to pull it up with Mr. Ben talking about the mayor and the winding up.
Do we have the video with the mayor?
Yeah, we have that too. So we can show everything.
Awesome. So you can draw your own conclusion, guys.
Are you guys ready? Go right ahead. Once you guys are ready, go right ahead and let's see the minister. They're gonna let us know if they have that.
Hammerman is lost.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
So, but until the guys ready, the guys were Robeson was vexed that the Americans that Sarah spoke. You know, I think it was as Amanza said somewhere the other day. It was transfer malice. Is Sari really vexed, you know? But Ubraj, right? Get the lash. He's the target, right? Ubraj get the lash.
Needs to be out there
right?
protected.
Go right ahead, guys. Thanks.
People, as I said, young, restless, and lawless, plenty of them. And we know we can sell them the drink over the counter, and know you can jump in the car and drive, and we won't do anything about it. We know the minibus man gonna do some foolishness with your wife in the minibus, and sometimes they're just glad to get out of the bus safely. These things are in our face. So I don't want to go into all the fine details. We can go with all this. We can go through the plan of action with the Road Safety Association, and we will support. But all of us, including the Ministry of Public Works, we got to sit again and go out and do. And I saw a video with the mayor of Georgetown whining by the marketplace this morning with people. And I wondered if it is that he was making a statement that is their place, and this is all right for how it to run. If I attempted to go and whine out there, I think I'll break some cervical parts. I am saying if we go out there and we groove in with a negative culture will remain and become enhanced. So I'm criticizing him publicly. The U.S. Embassy issued an advisory in relation to what is going on out there, and I think they just issued a statement, the State Department or somewhere, said, don't travel to Guyana, reconsider if you're coming to Guyana. Travel address, don't go there. If you want to go there, don't go to the place. But I don't know if the mayor was attempting some cultural or rather exposition or what out there. But it goes in with the negative behavior in that place. And I condemn it out of hand. If he were to go there with his constabulary and help to improve what is going out there and to stop the corruption and so on which goes out there, I would applaud him. I would even join with him. And if it might come to some time when we can appropriately and properly wind down, I would go there and wind with he. But for here and now, I condemn it. And I'm saying here again, if they call me the hammer and all, the hammer man and all them bad things they call me, well, it didn't matter to me. I'm a geologist anyway, so I have a right to use a hammer. We can work to clean it up again so we could achieve the numbers and so that we have the appropriate standards of public behavior which will accord with the new paradigm we're in. The eyes of the world are watching Guyana, all over. If you pick up an oil and gas magazine or a geological magazine or a financial magazine, or you look at Bloomberg on the thing, or the BBC, which in the weather reports never used to mention Guyana, now they mention Guyana every time they swing past Guyana. We are in a new paradigm. You don't want simply to look good, we want to be good. So, for those who think I'm complaining, yes, I'm complaining, but I'm moving beyond the complaints. And for those at City Hall who think I'm vexed, I'm angry, and I want to work with our police force for them to be more assertive on these issues and to get rid of the bad mangoes in the force who bring us into disrepute in these relationships, and of course to work with the National Road Safety Association and the minibus union, the operatives, to let us get better at what we do in this particularly important issue on the question of road safety in Guyana. Thank you very much.
You see these jagabats? You see these jagabats and trench couple? You know, hold on. It's really bell. I need the bell. This need the bell. Folks, this need the bell. You know, for all of you party lovers, soca people, hits and jams. What Ben got against whining? Right? Historical,
I don't want.
what you said?
I don't want to remember.
Cervical parts. His cervical parts, Jurita. What Ben got against whining if you're old and cold as you?
No, he did.
His cervical parts.
He did say at one point that he would go.
He would go and whine. Me want to see Ben whining. There's one whining me want to see. That is scarred for life. I ain't want to hear Ben whining. I ain't want to see Ben whining. Right? But it's a problem with them, you know. They don't. How did we move from road safety, you know? It's a road safety seminar, you know, folks. Who are watching us internationally?
But he was oblivious to certain things.
He is at a road safety seminar. Let me say that one time.
Let's say this. Yes.
Right?
Let's go.
Never mind he's boring people to death. He's at a road safety seminar, and how he veers into the mayor on a stage, unless his stage was in the middle of the road, right? And he can't whine like the mayor. He jealous Ubraj. Is that Ubraj young? Ubraj waist got oil? And he jealous Ubraj. But I went to see this. I went because I fast. Yo, I fast. I went to see this wine.
Dirty.
Right? That captured the minister's attention. This dirty wine.
Dirty wine, yes.
Right? This wicked, stinking, dirty wine that the mayor Ubraj Narain put down. Right? Look, somebody says you laugh. Infection. It's a COVID laugh. It's a Delta variant laugh. I went to see this big dirty wine the mayor put down after the lecture, right? That's wine 101 by Ben, you know. How to wine 101. The mayor, not so good. Right? Ben said, you see, I wine. Proper thing. Right? I had to go and see the mayor wine. Folks, pull up the mayor for us. Pull up selector. Select the name. Pull up the mayor.
Now you want to make some things.
The mayor don't whine long. The mayor don't whine long, people.
We need to see it again. We need to see
You don't
it
whine long.
I
Let's take a look at that again.
I didn't see it well.
Now you want to make some things.
So the mayor was out there with everybody again, celebrating with hits and jams.
Yeah.
The 9th anniversary, and like chief citizens, you know, being part of the festivities, doing his bit after Granny was encouraging. I saw Granny climb up high on one of those poles and whining. Imagine if the mayor had ascended the pole, because I think Ben would have had something with the pole too, right? Because Ben ain't got pole, so Ben will be vexed with the mayor that the mayor on the pole.
You see why I don't go out?
The mayor got a pole. That's why I say, you know, that's why when he hits St. James, send the invitation. I say, guys, I know y'all mean well, but if I start whining now, it's on the front page of every papers, you know. That's what happened. So Ben got something against whining. So that is the wine that took over the traffic, the road safety meeting, because Ben got this wine on his mind, right? The mayor wine on Ben mind, right? Ben, mind your own business, drink your water, right? Mind your own business. I don't see why he was so upset by this. I can't see why. I can't rationalize why, right? But remember, the man said he his cervical. He don't have his cervical parts.
It's cervical? I don't
right?
even know.
If his cervical parts could endure, right? But if he can't whine like that, what kind of... You know, these guys make it too easy for us, you know, right? It's not that we bright, it's that they're so dunce. They're making me look proper. They're making me look like CNN. It's not that we so bright, it's that they're so dunce and dim, right?
I think I should go out there.
Well, Judy bright in that, because Judy went Queens. Let me just put it on. Judy went Queens. I had proximity to greatness. Judy went Queens, I went Ishmael. But we still on the same table. We mean the red table, but we're on a table. But that being said, why the mayor wine upset?
You know, I'm listening to everything Sherry said. All I'm thinking about is that
Cervical parts.
no, hell no. What I'm thinking about
You hear that?
is
Hell no. Hold on. Stick a pin there. And she just said, hell no. I won't pretend I didn't say that. I am not going to pretend I ain't just here. Hell no. Right? Cervical parts.
I'm
what's
at a
it
different age and stage in my life.
Oh my.
So
Oh.
it's different.
Oh. You can do Ben like that? You Oh boy.
It's just not
You can-
him, but I'm
you can
just
do
saying
bad.
that I'm not, it's not particular to him, but it's
but it's him. It's not him, but it's him.
no, you know, I'm younger. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about, you know, I probably should put out a video too.
Ben is lamenting in the road safety council meeting. This we paying people for, you know, taxpayers' dollars, paying Ben's
I
salary every
probably
month.
need to go do a TikTok video
Right?
and put it out there.
Taxpayers' money. I almost said taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money. Paying Ben, you know, to talk about the mayor whining in a road safety meeting.
You need to go put out a
Right?
wine.
Stop the traffic. I gotta get some training from Ubraj. But that being said, you know what is strange?
Kudos to Ubraj. Let me say kudos to Ubraj going out there, being a person, being
Yes.
somebody on the ground,
Yeah.
mixing with the people. We have an issue when politicians believe that they are above the fray and they
Yeah.
don't go and mix with the people. So kudos to Ubraj for going out there, mixing with people, being a part of that group and that forum, and to show that you don't believe that you are exalted above the people.
Yeah.
You can have fun with the people as well.
Correct in all points. But allow me to say that Ben is a hypocrite. Not only is his cervical parts not working, he's a hypocrite. That is what Ben is. Because just a few days ago, it wasn't 5 years ago, right? Carl Miller said he would love to see Judy wine. Now, Carl, this is a morning program. Children may be watching, reading these comments. What are you getting into? Right? Duty number 674-9872.
You make somebody get a call. That's not my number.
Call shouting program. You're gonna arrange that. Right? But we have bills here to pay, right? Just like a trafficking, you know. And something like Ben there. Ben wine traffic. Ubraj, the wine get to Ben so much. I can imagine Ben thinking, how this young man could wine like this and I miss cervical parts. But you know why Ben hypocritical? You know why Ben is a fake and a fraud? Because a couple days earlier, wasn't 5 years ago,
No.
wasn't 5 months ago, a couple days earlier, another set of people, in Ben's words, were winding down.
Oh, wow.
Another set of people they winding down a couple days ago, and Ben had a problem with that.
Video footage?
Literally winding down.
We saw a
right?
video of that.
But we had no problem. I think we got some video footage. Guys, maybe there. We out here. Bring me out. Bring out the winding team. Oh, that went by too fast. Take your time. Guys, why you're rushing this thing? Huh? When you're fast, when you're having problems, play the back one more time for us, guys. Ben is a hypocrite. He's a viper. He's a Sadducee. He's a Pharisee. He's a Philistine. But chief of which, he's a hypocrite.
I always say, I ain't gonna pretend I ain't sincere going now.
I ain't want to pretend. Me see the whole diplomatic corps whining. But Ben like he missed that. Ben like he missed that bubble session. The whole diplomatic corps. You all see Irfan? Cervical parts.
It's working.
Irfan's cervical parts to give Ubraj a run. Right?
Not like that.
And I want to pretend I ain't see Irfan shedding some real punks like he drink tinners. But that being said, his cervical parts working.
Whatever he's doing is working for him. I mean,
Whatever he's doing is working. I want to pretend I ain't see that. But Ben, the hypocrite, hypocrite, vagabond, Jebusite, Hittite.
I don't even know what
Philistine, parasite, right? He didn't see all of that, You listen to the man's words. The man said, I am calling him out.
For what?
Right? For whining down.
It's illegal.
Illegal whining. That is the citation he's giving Mayor.
It gives the impression that you have to apply through the ministry.
To whine. Jam Zone and Hasten Jam, you got to apply now through Ben. Ben got to certify that you can whine. Right? So I don't know if the president appoint he, right? Chief Wine Inspector. Chief Wine Inspector Ben. You got to match his cervical parts.
Listen.
And we need to get to the big issue. Ben is the big issue this morning.
This is the big issue.
Ben is the big issue.
This is the big issue because it's most ridiculous. I have to say that it's absolutely most ridiculous that we have those things going on.
Right? But you know what? Ben talking about people who wind down to the ground. Have we lost some folks?
Yeah, I think we're getting some problem with our broadcast right now, guys.
Ben talking about people who wind down.
Mm-hmm.
But the ground is something Ben is familiar with. So he shouldn't have a problem with people winding down to the ground. Because he don't only wind down to the ground, he's lying down on the ground.
I think we've lost some our Facebook. I think we've lost some connections to our Facebook.
Guys, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening there. Pull up that photograph with Ben on the ground for us. Thank you, guys. Pull it up for us. Ben on the ground. He's a man familiar with the ground, understands the ground, knows the ground all too well. Ben on the ground. So he shouldn't have a problem with the mayor winding down to the ground. He's a ground man.
Most definitely.
He's a ground man. He's a man on the ground.
And that was a train of thought behind that.
Guys, thank you for pulling it up for us. He's a man on the ground. Cervical parts and all. On the ground.
Goodness, it's most crazy. I think the Facebook has automatically knocked persons out.
Go right ahead.
So persons are now getting back on. So most definitely our apologies for that. But we've been having our
The
own
struggle is real,
Facebook.
right? Facebook, like, it's not like the whining item. Facebook, I like.
And so this is a whole
Yeah,
issue
great
by
that you do.
itself. But we have a lot because one of the things that I noted was that we had, if persons would remember, I don't think we have it right now to bring to you guys, but if you can remember, we had a lot of photos was circulating prior.
Yeah.
That I think I have one on here, but I
Guys,
won't be
do
able
we
to
have
share
it? The one with Ben? The infamous one? The groundsman Ben?
Yeah, I think we do have that bit of footage.
Well, in lieu
Photo.
of that, we also have some additional photos with a lot of whining.
Memory lane.
Right? Memory lane. Let me call this memory lane. Memory lane number 1, Jack Leo, champion bubbler.
Oh my goodness.
Papa Jagabat, champion bubbler. Oh yes. How they looking for we? How they looking for we?
Oh my goodness.
Champion bubbler.
Well, persons, we're looking at it as it says their memory lane. And Guyanese, we have a culture of of going out and having fun. But if there's anything to be condemned, it should be any bit of activity that we presume to be lawlessness. And then again, we can go into the argument of what we define as lawlessness and all of those things. But most definitely, when you would have looked at the video with the mayor, and the fact that he was there very much composed, having a bit of clean fun, extremely clean fun. It is hard for us to understand why Roops and Ben was so upset with that altogether. The mayor was out there having some clean fun, as opposed to what persons can argue and say was not clean fun, as what is being displayed in the photograph above. So a whole lot to be discussed on this particular matter. But guys, I want you to know that we're working on the folks on Facebook, because we have
It's Facebook's trouble.
we have had some issues just a few moments ago with folks from Facebook. So Facebook is not being able to come through as necessary, but that is not on our part. It is on Facebook.
Yeah, and then we have this other photograph, Twitter. This other photograph, guys. Yep.
Yes.
But Donald, all them Donald different.
Oh well, Donald, that was another one that
all them Donald's different. All them Donald's different.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That is very crazy, guys.
Yep.
I don't know. Think Roots and Ben saw these images prior. I don't think these are things that he saw, because I didn't hear any words of condemnation coming out as when it comes to those two particular images. So a lot could be said about that.
Yeah. Dead easy.
Most definitely.
That being said, thanks guys. That being said,
well, now that we have finished that, I know that
I think that's it for today.
Most definitely, guys, we have kept you. This is the second day we have kept you over time, but tomorrow we have a whole lot to cover, because tomorrow we're going to be continuing our discussion with the high cost of living. A whole lot of information, new bits of information we want to bring to you guys. But as we go today, we just remember you to stay safe. Make sure that you go out there, you do the right thing, don't get caught up in anything, and share the live stream before you go. Make sure
smash the emoji button as well.
Can get the credible information all together, and remember to partner with us as you go out there. Remember,
absolutely necessary.
We'll just share the information with you this morning.
Thank you, Sharita. Kindly. And be the hard part, wouldn't you? Guys, you got several platforms you can partner with us. We are racing to the end of the month. Tomorrow, I think, is the final day for the month. We got our obligations at this end to keep all of this going, all the programs on air. We want to invite you guys to help us to meet our obligations. We are available via the Cash App. We are available via MoneyGram, Western Union, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, folks. MMG is also available. You guys want to know how you can partner with us in this tangible way to help us to get to where we need to go in terms of meeting all our obligations and responsibilities. WhatsApp us, 627-6963, 627-6963, and we can be certain to tell you how. Yep.
Most definitely, guys. Have a good day, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning for FYI.
Yeah. And don't let nobody stop you whining.
We're gonna have you back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Wine
for
police.
FYI, but then you'll be joining Sherry Duncan this midday at 12 noon for
Yeah.
Below the Belt.
I noticed you
And
say us.
also,
Reload.
also we have In the Ring coming up this
Yeah.
evening.
Me alone again.
This evening. So be sure to stay
I'm not
on.
whining. I'm just
Go
stating
do
the
what
fact.
you have to do. Be sure to join the podcast and then again for In the Ring this evening at 8 p.m. So see you guys. Have a good day.
Stay safe.